it's Mandy from Mandyleeplays, and in this video, I'm gonna do a pickups. This is for the last 3 months. And before we go into this video, please hit that like button if you end up liking the video, and consider subscribing if you like content like this and many more on my channel. And please hype it too, it really does help a lot to get this video out into the ether. Alrighty? Alrighty. So without further ado, let's get into the pickups. Now, there's a lot of PlayStation games in this video. Most of them are PlayStation actually. One is a Nintendo game, but it's a different console than the Switch or the Switch 2. And then I did buy 2 digital games for my Nintendo Switch 2. And let me know what games you've picked up in the last 3 months. I would love to hear that too. Let's first start with the digital games. One of them is Pokemon Fire Red. And honestly, it's been a blast of nostalgia nonstop. I haven't played that game since I was really young. So it's kind of a new game for me at that point. Now, if you guys don't know, which I highly doubt any of you don't know, Pokemon Fire Red is a remaster of the original Pokemon game. It's kind of like how Heart Gold and Soul Silver are remasters of Gold and Silver. Yeah, that's the case with Fire Red and Leaf Green. I got Fire Red because Charizard just looks so cool. But yeah, I am currently playing through it, and I'm actually streaming it over on my live stream, so if you want to check those out, then feel free to do so. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at tight matchups, so 53. Woo! Oh! Proceed with caution if you're really kind of irritated by that, but I've been having such a good time, and I don't know why, but something about old school Pokemon games just hit really different than the more modern ones. And I'm just loving it. It is so cool. And I really want them to do the same thing for Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That would be peak. Like, I would lose my mind. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are my favorite Pokemon games. So please, Pokemon Company, do that. Those games are so good. And the same energy goes to all the DS Pokemon games too. Peak Pokemon right there. I just want all the Pokemon games on my freaking Switch at this point. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but I would love to see it one day. So if you haven't played it yourself and love Pokemon, I highly recommend you pick it up. It is such an awesome game, and for 20 bucks, that's not a bad offer. It might be different from the more modern games. There's less hand-holdy and more, you gotta figure it out yourself, but trust me, the game is still easy and it's still really fun. Alrighty, now on to my next digital pickup, and it's another Pokemon IP. I don't know, Pokemon has been popping off lately. They've been doing a good job. Let's just hope they don't ruin it. But my next pickup is Pokopia. I did not get the key card because it's a key card. For me, I would rather get a digital game than a key card game. If I get a key card game, it's like, it's nothing. So I just ended up buying it digital, and guys, I have been addicted. I went over this in my games that I beat because I did beat the story mode, but I am still addicted. So post-game, I've been busying myself trying to construct my dream island. Pokopia is definitely a really good game if you love cozy games, Animal Crossing, Dragon Quest Builders, Minecraft, all those sorts of games. You will love Pokopia. But I do need to go on and play something else because I can't only be playing that game for a bajillion hours. And I am aware that at first I didn't like it as much, but obviously I moved on from that. It's okay if someone changes their mind about a game. It's nothing too crazy, and I did admit it in my last video, so there's that. And it's just funny how this game about a Ditto kind of blew up the way it did because nobody was expecting it to be so good. Literally nobody except for the fans. Now we are done with the digital games. Let's move on to my one Nintendo product, I guess, and that is Atelier Annie for the DS. So I got this game because I love Atelier, and it's my goal to play all the Atelier games. And I found out there was one for the DS that I knew nothing about, so I grabbed it. It wasn't that expensive, it was like $60, which for a DS game it is quite expensive, but it wasn't as bad as I thought, so I grabbed it off of eBay. So yeah, I'm really excited to play this game and see what it's about. Like, literally, I know nothing about this game. And I'm also excited to put this in my growing Atelier collection. Oh, I'm gonna put it somewhere else. This is just for show. So that is it for all the Nintendo stuff. And now let's move on to my PlayStation 5 games that I got. First, I got Monster Hunter Stories Twisted Reflection, this is by Capcom, and the third game in the Monster Hunter Stories games. I love this game. It is really, really good. It's super beautiful and it runs really, really well on the PS5. The problem is that this game came in at such a bad time. It was squeezed in between Resident Evil Requiem, Popocopia, Tales of Berseria, Ys Nordics, and then an extra squeeze for Crimson Desert. This game came out at a horrible time. And unfortunately, Monster Hunter Stories 3 kind of fell into the wayside. Now obviously people are still going to play it later on, but I feel that's what contributed to such low sales for this game, even though it's a phenomenal game. These publishers need to spread out their games. It drowns out the potential of a game, or at least when it first comes out. So Monster Hunter Stories is a spin-off of the mainline Monster Hunter games, where instead of hunting monsters, you befriend them. I haven't really played much outside of the demo, mostly because Popocopia has me in a stranglehold. If you want to know more about it, I did do a before you buy for this game, but yeah, I'm really excited to dive right in. I'll put it in my soon pile. Alrighty, the next one goes in with the theme of I'll get to it soon, but Popocopia has me in a chokehold, and that is for Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I honestly really do love this game. I played a few hours. I just put it down because of other games and I haven't been feeling in the mood to play it lately. I'm a mood gamer, so whatever I'm in the mood for, I play it. When I'm not really in the mood for a game, I don't try to push it because that's like a one-way ticket to Burnout Town. But anyways, I really do love Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, and I do plan on playing this game. So when I say I'm putting it down, it's not because I don't like it. It's because I'm not in the mood for it right now, and I'll play it at a different time. Because sometimes it do be like that. But from what I played, I am really enjoying the game, and I like the reimagined art style. A lot of people don't like it, especially with Kiefer, but Kiefer kind of grew on me. His chin is still really weird, but I don't know. It kind of works. But yeah, I'm hoping to get back into this game when I'm in the mood for it. Now I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but the next game I got is another game that I've played but had to stop because Popocopia. I've been in the Popocopia trenches, guys. It's hard. But yeah, this game is Ys Nordic's Proud version. So if you guys don't know, there is a regular Ys Nordics that came out a few years ago, and when the game came out in the States, they then released a Proud version in Japan. So I essentially bought a game that's gonna eventually get a definitive edition, and while I have come to terms with that, I'm still pretty salty. But anyways, I've been loving this game so much. The Ys series has to be one of my favorite series from Falcom, and it's one of their flagship series along with the Trail series. But the difference between the Trail series and the Ys series is that you could legit play any game in any order that you want. This is because of the Ys's unique timeline, where all these games is being told to you like a story revolving around our protagonist, Adol Kristen. And it is my goal to one day complete all the games. Yes, even the older ones. I don't know how I'm gonna get access to it, but I'll try. And I also do love the setting of this game. I'm always a fangirl of beach-themed games. I don't know, I live in Florida, so it kind of speaks to me. And one of my favorite Ys games, Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, does take place in an island, so I do love me some island vibes. And a lot of its themes revolve around Norse mythology, which is really, really cool. And I talked more about it in my Before You Buy, so if you want to know more, then check out that video. Alrighty, now moving on to the next game, which is Tales of Berseria Remastered. So there's a bit of history of this game. So apparently it got the remastered treatment even though it's a fairly recent game. This game came out for the PlayStation 4 and it was the game that came before Tales of Arise, which is the most recent Tales game. So a lot of people were understandably mad because they didn't remake or remaster an older Tales game. In the end though, they got this game out of the way so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that's essentially the backstory of this game. Tales of Berseria is a more darker approach to the Tales series, and besides the whole it's too soon to remaster it, a lot of people did love this entry in the series, and I'm really excited to explore the story in Tales of Berseria. And I do love the art. The art is gorgeous. I haven't played it yet, it's still in its plastic, mostly because I just finished Tales of Exilia, recently, and I don't like to play a series back to back too much because I would get burnt out, but I will get to it sooner rather than later. I just realized that Pokemon Pokopia kind of derailed all of my gaming plans. Now these last 2 games are experimental. I want to widen my gaming horizons, so I got Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 2 for the PlayStation 5. So yeah, these games are not in my usual rotation, but I did get them in a good deal. Each of them were like $20, which wasn't that bad. But I picked up the most popular ones, 4 and 2. And I know that the recent Resident Evil game, Requiem, is getting glowing reviews, so I was thinking, why not give these games a try? All I know about Resident Evil games is that it's more zombie apocalypse than anything like Silent Hill where it's psychological. The monsters here are like not symbolic or something, they're just monsters. Now I know a lot of people say Resident Evil games are not scary, they're just kind of like action games, and from clips I've been seeing, yeah, they kind of do look like action games, but some people say it's still scary. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what these games are about. I'm probably gonna play 2 first and then 4 because 2 comes before 4. I don't know if these games connect timeline wise, but I just feel like you should play 2 before 4, even though 4 is by far the most popular one, I think. I don't really know. So that is it for today's video. Again, please let me know what games you picked up in these last 3 months. I would love to hear them. Also, hit that like button if you ended up liking the video, would appreciate it. And if you like this video and would love to see more, then please consider subscribing, would appreciate it. And also hit that hype button if you want to. You can follow me on my socials in the description down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and as always, play a good game. Peace.